Hi and welcome back. So I have got a new soldering iron so work can continue again. That was quite annoying the other week when that blew up. Right, so where are we up to? So we've got the console finished. So next thing I want to do is get the rest of all these LEDs. There's only two for the front, two for the rear lights, and for the engine here. So I'm going to get them fitted and we'll see if it'll run off the power cell. If it won't run off the power cell, I need to change plans on how we're powering things. So I'll get these fitted and we shall have another look at things. So, as often happens with these builds, I haven't actually done what I planned to do yet. I started getting ready to fit the front LEDs and thought, right, I'll fit the plastic bits in. Needed to do them in clear yellow first. But then I looked and they didn't fit very well, so I checked the instructions. And they had these bits, but these were solid plastic. I've cut out a slot so light will come through. And these sitting there. And then they go in behind. So I painted them silver. While I had to get the paints, I painted these bits that go in here because I had the black out. I painted these bits in the aluminium because they fit in there. And while I was at it, I haven't undercoated this part. That was translucent. I've just given it a light dusting with the aluminium. But while I was at it, I did take out all these holes, so we should get the light coming through nicely still in the engine. If it doesn't look right, I'll just strip the paint back off it. So now I've got these parts sorted. Now I'm going to start fitting things. I'll get the front on first, so we'll have a look at what the headlights look like and move on from there. Okay, as you can probably tell, I've got the front lights in. So that's all wired up neatly. It needs a bit of a touch up at the front, some of the paintwork, and that needs pushed in slightly. But yeah, that's the sort of effect I was looking for. So I'm going to get the brake lights in next and the engine light, and we'll have a look at them. Right, so I've got these bits in place now. I need to do some touch-up paint. I'm clumsy with glue. That's my own fault. But we have, be careful with this coat because it's precariously held together. But we've got the rear lights and the engine going. I've hooked it up to the power cell. So it's also enough power for the front headlights. And it's looking like it might get a bit dim. We'll have to watch this. But I'm off to... That's coming along well. We're probably going to have to do some light blocking of these because there's nothing goes over this part. So we're going to be able to see them lights through it otherwise. But that's somewhat further down the line. I'm going to hook up the console to this as well now and see if it'll all power together on this battery pack. Hoping it does. If it doesn't, I need to come up with another plan how I'm going to power it. Right, so I've got all the lights running together, but I've had to put it back on my battery pack. This literally wasn't giving the power out at all. It's gone through batteries in no time trying to run these, and they were so dim it was pointless. Could hardly see the front ones are on. So, scrapping that idea, so that'll just become the part it was meant to be. But what I am going to try do instead is I have these 3-volt CR2032 batteries, and I have these little switches for them that take 2 each. So I reckon I can still get away with putting one of these inside. The same switch, we'll just alter it and put it into these wires, run it through. So we'll still have the batteries inside, it'll just be a bit harder to get to. But I'm not going to fit this in yet, because I need to fit the glass in beforehand. And before I fit the glass, I want to touch up the paint all around. So I want to get that done before the glass goes in, and then this is fitted. So I think with all the electrics now working, our back end, obviously you can see the console down there. Got that nice flicker. And it isn't just translucent, it now looks like it's metal. Obviously our headlights as well, in the yellow, not too bright. So I'm really happy how this is coming together. There's a lot of light blocking to do still as well. But I think for this episode we'll call it a day. Next time I'll be getting any necessary light blocking done, touch up with paint, the console in place, and we'll get our alternative power supply fitted and working. I'm a bit upset that this doesn't work. I thought that was a good idea, but these little batteries just start cutting it. They just haven't got, well, I think it's the ampage that they haven't got. It's not the volts. But it was worth a try, and it's worth bearing in mind for other projects, maybe where there's something that just has 1 or 2 LEDs. But for now, I'm going to call that it for this video. Thank you for watching. Keep trekking and keep modelling. Thank you. Goodbye.